Winter is over. The ice is gone. If you're still throwing this, I hope you brought snacks, because you're not catching anything. Storms in the south, flooding in the forecast, and the spawn just hit Nebraska. We've got an omega block on the map, and summer patterns are just firing up. Yeah, it's about to get weird out there. Welcome back to Bass Prediction Center, where we're tracking weather, seasonal patterns, and tournament trends to help you catch more and bigger fish. Let's go. Guys, I hate to say this out loud, because it might bring the biggest blizzard of the year. But the ice line and winter patterns are officially off the map. As you can see, the pre-spawn stretches all the way to the Canadian border. And some of you up there in the north said, my ice just came off last week. But trust me, those bass are immediately ready to start getting ready to spawn. So if you're up there, you're going to be wanting to throw some of these baits up there that we're going to be talking about in the baits of the week. Our spawn section stretches all the way from the Red River all the way to the South Dakota-Nebraska border right now. Bass on beds in Nebraska, I saw them last week with my own eyes, okay? Post-spawn, little section here from southern Georgia, middle of Texas, all the way into California. Definitely time to get out there on some of those offshore humps. And then you're starting to see some summer patterns fire up right now in South Florida and South Texas. You guys can be throwing crankbaits, big worms, things like that. Time to get out there and catch those giant summer bags right now, guys. Super excited time to be fishing. Everybody's in a great zone to be fishing right now. Also, we have the Bassmaster Elite on Lake Fork, sponsored by Tackle Warehouse, going on here. This is my favorite tournament every year that they have it. Super excited. It's kind of that MLF format, so we'll talk about it here in just a sec.
You can see all of our 8-strand lines, tackle boxes. Let me show you.
Guys, we are continuing to inch closer to that 500 subscriber mark. Don't forget, we do have that Beyond Braid giveaway going on. We're giving away a tackle box and a spool line to one lucky subscriber that subscribed between the time that we started the BPC back in February until we hit that 500 mark. So make sure you subscribe so you can get entered to win. And while you're there, you might as well like a few videos and comment on a few videos and watch every one. So, guys, thanks for everything you've done so far. We're growing this channel. Super awesome to be a part of it.
The St. Croix Bassmaster.
Guys, I don't know if you caught the ending to this MLF event over there on Chickamauga Nickajack Lake. Unbelievable. Jake Lawrence comes from behind in the last 20 minutes to knock off the king, Jacob Wheeler. One of the most exciting tournaments of the year so far. If you guys aren't watching these MLF events, you need to, because they're super awesome. Also, you can catch them. They play them later on TV, so look for that. Going to be another awesome tournament coming up soon. Go over to MLF.com to check it out. All right, coming up this week, we have my favorite tournament of the year, because this is where I really cut my teeth bass fishing. The Tackle Warehouse Bassmaster Elite over at Lake Fork. It's going to be an awesome event. They usually catch about 100,000 pounds on this thing, so super fun. But it's a catch weigh release because they have a big slot limit on Lake Fork. Should be really fun. Make sure you guys get your fantasy fishing picks in. Who do you have to win? Comment below, because it's going to be super exciting. Anybody can win this thing. Could be scopers. There might be bass on beds. Probably bass out deep. So get over and tune in at bassmaster.com or on the Roku channel if you guys want to watch this thing. It should be really fun. All right, jumping right into our weather for the week. As you can see, there are storms right now in Texas and Oklahoma, and that's just bringing a whole bunch more rain. Oklahoma's already saw a ton of flooding rains. Not super exciting for you guys. Probably some pretty tough fishing conditions in those areas right now, but this is going to continue to push east and northeast. We have this omega block setting up. Let's go to a different map here. So what's going on right now is that you have a big low pressure system sitting right here and another one sitting right over here, and then a high pressure system right in the middle. So it's bringing storms here in Texas and Oklahoma, parts of Kansas and Colorado. And then you have more storms all on the East Coast and up in the Northeast. Kind of a unique situation. Nothing too crazy. Just kind of cool to talk about. It sounds cool. It's a cool name, right? Anyway, so as this thing moves to the east, you're going to see storms along these Gulf Coast states on Wednesday. Also in Kansas. And hopefully this brings some rain, because we are in a drought. It's bad right now. Kansas, Nebraska. Not good. So looking at Thursday, scattered showers kind of through this part of the country. And then as we move into the weekend, as of right now, it looks very quiet for most of the country. You're going to have some showers and thunderstorms throughout Florida, Georgia, and Florida, Georgia, and Alabama, and South Texas. Nothing too severe as of right now, but we'll address that at the weekend update. Saturday, storms right along the Gulf there. So if you're planning on fishing out there, might be a little rough. Up there in Pennsylvania and New York, you're going to have some storms, but nothing too severe right now. We will continue to monitor that. And then on Sunday here, things are looking pretty good. You're just getting a lot of moisture coming up from the Gulf right here, so it's causing some rain. Pretty normal for this time of the year. It is May. So rest of the country looking super dry. Let's take a look at temperatures and see how comfortable it's going to be out there for you. All right, looking at our Wednesday high temperatures right now. Looks pretty nice across most of the country. In the mountains, obviously cool, but the lowest I see right now is 60s up here in the Northeast and up in the Canadian border states here, Montana, Idaho, and such. But the rest of the country, 70s and 80s, really nice all throughout here. A little shot of cool air here in eastern Colorado, western Kansas, but not too uncomfortable to fish by any means. And then on Thursday, kind of a warm up. This warm weather just pushes up to the north here. Lots of nice temperatures all the way up into Canada. Really nice. Go catch you a northern pike. 80s all throughout the south, 90s into Florida, southern Texas, 80s and 90s in California. Really nice weather. Friday temps, more of the same. A little cool shot here in the Northeast and in the Midwest, but you're still looking at upper 50s, low 60s, so not too bad. Still definitely going to be fishing. Warming up in California. You guys are going to be in summer patterns before you know it. Out there fishing that grass, things like that. Look at Saturday here. Warm throughout the whole country, unless you're in Vermont, New Hampshire for some reason. Going to be cold. Everywhere else looks great. Almost 70 all through this swath here, and then you're looking at 80s in South Dakota, 80s in Montana, really nice. 100 degrees in Arizona. Get your sunblock on for those days. Going to be hot. Same thing in Florida. This time of year, it's hot, Florida. Let's just face it. And then Sunday, huge warm section here. 90s up into Canada almost. 100 degrees, Arizona, Southern California. Florida, you got almost 100 degrees. Upper 90s as you go south. Little shot of cool air around here in Tennessee. Nice warm weather here for the Lake Fork tournament on Sunday for Championship Sunday, 75 degrees, really beautiful weather. Let's take a look at our winds and see if that's going to ruin everything for us. All right, this wind gust map here kind of gives us the worst winds that we might see for the day. And as of right now, this is Tuesday right now, so it's not too bad. Texas, pretty gusty, and then North Dakota and South Dakota. And the rest of the country, you're looking great. Off the coast of California, we're very windy, but I'm not planning on doing any ocean fishing right now. What do you guys fish for? If you're in California, Northern California, what do you fish for in the ocean out there? Yeah, what do you got? Sailfish, great white sharks, anything? All right, Wednesday during the day. Really nice day to fish. If you have Wednesday off, take it off of work, whatever. Get out there. Maybe some gusty winds here in the south, but just in pockets. Rest of the country looking fantastic. Eastern Montana, you know that, what is it? Lake, not Devil's Lake. Devil's Lake, North Dakota. Fort Peck there in Montana. Walleye fishing, smallmouth, unbelievable. Gonna be windy out there that day. Let's move on to Thursday. Just along the northern border here, you're just gonna see some winds. But God, it's not too bad. Whole country's looking good. This might be the best week to fish. Get out there and fish this week, for sure. Friday, little swath of winds coming down with that little front that's going to be coming through. We'll address this as we get into the weekend forecast. This could change for sure. But nothing terrible. Really nice. Saturday, got some winds picking up here across the Dixie Alley, eastern Texas. Some in the north. Again, not too bad. 20 mile an hour gusts, 30 mile an hour. You guys have been out in that. You can handle it. You got 20-foot bass boats. And then on Sunday, we do have a big section of heavy winds here in the Dakotas, northern Nebraska. Most of this is in Canada, though, so that's fine. Southeast, you might have some 30 mile an hour gusts here in Alabama, Georgia, eastern Missouri, those places. But, God, the rest of the country, you're looking fantastic. This week, take the whole week off. Tell your boss it's not going to be too windy. You need to get out there and fish. This is the week to do it, guys. All right, this is where it could get a little hairy in some parts. This is going to be our total rainfall for the period here as we move forward. Let's see. It's not loading very fast. Here we go. Sunday. All right. Sunday at midnight. Well, Monday morning at midnight, whatever you want to call it. But as you can see, heavy rains here all throughout the southeast. You're talking maybe up to 7-8 inches right now. Again, Arkansas, northern Louisiana, Mississippi, same areas that have been hit all year long. Looks like here in Kansas and eastern Colorado, we're actually going to see some rain, which is fantastic because it has been dry. We have hardly seen any rain. Nebraska, we're still struggling. Not going to see much this week. I have a tournament coming up on the 17th. Hopefully, we get a little bit of rain by then because the lake is low right now. I'd love to see some water up in the bushes for sure. Luckily, the lake has a bunch of trees offshore, so shouldn't hurt that too bad. Should be able to catch some giants. But if you're in these areas down here, be careful. Make sure you got your life jackets on. Watch for floating stuff in the water. Don't want to break off a lower unit. Some decent rain up here in the northeast as well, but nothing out of control. 2 to 3 inches. But look down here, 5, 6, 7 inches up here. So you're in these areas. Be very careful. Watch out for flooding waters and don't risk it. Don't drown. Fish absolutely love that.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so guys, now that we know the weather and the patterns that are setting up for this upcoming week, guys want to know, how does that help me catch more fish? So today we're going to talk about grass because it's summer. We just started a summer pattern in some parts of the country. And this will work for the post-spawn too, for sure, and even some spawning areas. But your grass is starting to grow up in these southern areas where it's getting warm. And a lot of these pockets are absolutely choked out with grass, and guys want to know how to break it down. So if you pull into a pocket that's absolutely full of grass, you're in paradise, okay? So what you want to do, first, if you can go along and you can find holes in the grass. So right here you got a nice hole in the grass. There's usually a hard bottom right there. There's going to be shells or rocks or something right there. Fish absolutely love that. Anytime you have a whole bunch of cover, you want to find what's different inside of it. So holes in the grass are awesome. If you can find this creek channel that flows back here, this is absolutely killer, especially as the summer progresses. Bass want to get in here because the grass provides oxygen for them to live. And they like to be near deep water. So the creek channel, they can move back and forth all through here, feeding on bluegills, gizzard, shad, whatever they want to eat. Also, the inside grass line can be really good. Depending on the day, especially if it's cloudy, fish will move up in there to feed because there'll be bluegills and minnows all along there. And then the outside grass line can be really good too, especially as we get later and later into summer. The fish might have to move out a little bit deeper. But that's how you break down grass, guys. It can be daunting when you pull into a 20-acre pocket and it's absolutely choked out with grass, but you can find little sections in there, cast around. As soon as you find a school of fish, there's going to be tons of them in one spot. Catch all you can. You're punching, whatever you got to do. So check out grass. If you haven't fished it, if you've been scared of it, this is how you break it down, guys. Sorry, window don't roll down. Anyway, y'all worried about the spawn and whatnot, but the water's high and muddy right now. Catfish are biting, boy. Caught myself a 12-pounder last week on a hot dog and a piece of taco. Didn't even bring bass rods. Too much work. So put down the chatterbait and grab yourself some stink bait. Trust me. This has been Gooner, signing out. All right, our lake of the week this week is Clinton Lake in Illinois, and I had AI pick this lake for me, so I know nothing about it, but it looks pretty cool. Decent watercolor, it looks like. Should be out of the rain this week. Should be a nice little time to get out there and bass fish. If you're in this area, shout out and tell me if this thing's any good, but it looks pretty cool. Looks kind of riverine. Definitely has some stuff in the water. Let's see here. Yeah, trees all in the water, rocky banks. Doesn't look like it has any grass. Definitely kind of a rocky bank fishery. Definitely rocks all along here. Let's see if we get. Oh, there's some grass up here. Yeah. Look up here. Oh, that's ice. Oh, my God. It's an old picture. Anyway, so there's ice up there in the wintertime. Let's go back a little bit here, see if there's any good maps. Let's see. Let's get a summer one. I don't know. This is October. An October map. I still don't see any grass up here. So if you're fishing in Clinton Lake, Illinois, it looks like it's going to be kind of a rocky. There is some grass up here. There we go. Definitely some grass. Looks like lily pads, actually. It could be really awesome. Get up there, throw a frog if you're in Clinton Lake. Looks really fun. You got some bridges here that are going to focus bass on, especially as it warms up here. Fish moving in and out of these areas to spawn. Doesn't look like a huge lake. You could start down here at the dam. Definitely has a nice little dam here that could have some nice fish. But find some grass patches. Find some pockets where they're spawning. Should be full spawn right now. I'd love to get over there and check it out someday. So if you're in Illinois, give me a shout and I'll head over and catch you a bass. No, but seriously, check out Clinton Lake, Illinois, guys, if you want to catch some bass if you're in the area. All right, welcome back to another episode of Baits of the Week, everybody's favorite section. And this is brought to you by Beyond Braid. Go to beyondbraid.com and use code BPC10 at checkout to get yourself 10% off any item. Guys, this has changed. We don't have any winter areas on here anymore, and we added a summer area, which is super exciting. Fishing's getting a lot more better than it used to be. Anyway, pre-spawn areas, we have a Strike King Hybrid Hunter. Guys, Todd Castledine promotes the hell out of this thing. If you have grass, for sure this is a bait to use. They have a shallow and a deeper version. It gets down to like 3 to 5 feet at the most for the deep version, the big version. But actually, this is a really awesome bait. It's modeled after an old bait, but it works really good. It's great in grass. It works good around rock, too. Triggers some bites that you might not see normally. It has a really loud rattle inside, so check it out. Strike King Hybrid Hunter. And for spawn areas, we're going to have another Strike King bait, and this is the Strike King Rage Craw in white. This is a great bed fishing bait. It's nice because you can see it on beds. If you're new to bed fishing, this is a bait you need to get. You can see the fish eat it, see exactly where you are. It's great for practicing, and the fish love it. For some reason, they hate white during the spawn. Post-spawn areas, this is a Spro 4-inch shad. I feel like it used to be called a BBZ shad, but it's not anymore. It's just called a Spro shad. It's 4 inches long. It's a wake bait is what it is, so it just goes right along the surface. Burn, pause this thing, and you get some absolutely epic strikes. This color is my favorite. It's kind of a chartreuse shad color. Super fun way to fish in those post-spawn areas around the edge of grass lines and things like that. Summer areas, this is my absolute favorite time to throw a big, giant power worm. I was taking those pictures earlier with those power worms, and the smell just every time brings me back to when I was a teenager throwing 7-inch power worms. But summertime, get you a big power worm. Those females are looking for a big meal, 10 or even 12-inch. Don't be afraid to throw them, guys. Even a 2-pound fish can eat a 12-inch power worm. So check it out. That's the baits of the week. Go to beyondbraid.com. Use code BPC10 at checkout and get yourself 10% off, guys.
That's your Week 13 BPC forecast. It's transition season. Storms are stacking up, and it's time to adjust. Let me know in the comments where you're fishing, what water temps you're seeing, if it's summer in your area yet. Like, follow, and subscribe to stay ahead of the bite and get entered in that Beyond Braid giveaway. I'll see you guys this weekend for the weekend update. Tight lines.